Well, this is obviously the tune The Skyline of Skye, which I was first introduced to many years ago when I was 18, playing in Keith Dixon's Scottish Country Dance Band. And this tune, along with the famous Dark Island, formed a set for the dance The Modern Waltz. I always remember Hector Mackenzie saying that he'd heard from various musicians, particularly on the West Coast, that when it comes to these sort of waltzes, you can't play them too slowly. And so certainly if you're thinking in terms of playing it for a modern waltz, if you think of tunes like Carolina Moon and the very famous Engelbert Humperdinck, The Last Waltz, those are the sort of tempos that we're talking about. They're very slow, and obviously the Dark Island, perfect for that. So this is from the book that I produced back in the 90s, the Axbrook collection, The Skyline of Skye. That's one that I've always liked, and this was actually done on a very first original version of Cubase, which presented one or two problems with the notation. You couldn't, for example, you had to have a split point whereby notes either were written in the treble or the bass. You couldn't have a note in the treble that was lower than a note written in the bass. So on this occasion, obviously the split point was middle C. And for a lot of these chords here, the F, the A minor, the C seventh, I would have preferred to have been able to write a middle C for the chords. However, talking about the chords, we've got obviously F to D minor, A minor, F seventh, B flat, C seventh, F, 2 bars, C and C seventh repeated. Then in this middle section, the middle 8, we've got a really nice chord progression from D minor to D minor 7th and then A minor 7th. And later on we've got A minor 7th, D minor 7th, G minor 7th. And you might be wondering, yeah, well, you can't play them on the accordion because you've not got the buttons. You've not got a minor 7th button. We've got a minor chord button, we've got a 7th chord button. But we've not got a minor 7th chord button. No problem. Let's consider the chord of D minor 7th. It's D minor, D, F and A. So if I just move this around a little bit. So obviously you've got D minor, D, D minor. Now then, if with your pinky finger you can reach down to the chord of F major, as you play the D minor, when you add an F major, you're actually only adding one note. Why is that? Well, let's go back to the music again. Because D minor 7th is DFA plus C. Now the F chord gives you the F and the A, and the C, the D minor, DFA. So when you add the F chord, you are literally just adding one note, because 2 of the notes of the F chord have already been played by the D minor. Okay, same. I'll just angle this around so you can actually see what buttons I'm using. So for a D minor 7th, D bass, D minor, pinky finger on the F major. Move that up one, A minor, add the C major, G minor 7th would be G, G minor, plus the B flat major chord. You'll notice, of course, that the minor chord is a nice chord to finish on. You could definitely finish on a minor chord, but a minor seventh, just like an ordinary dominant seventh, has this quality of needing to resolve, of wanting to move on. You couldn't finish on a minor seventh, but that's the whole reason why we go from D minor to D minor seventh, by adding in that effect of there's more to come. Okay, and yes, the actual note that makes D minor into a D minor seventh is the note of C, and it's that very same note that would make a D chord into a D dominant seventh. But as I say, the minor seventh, it's not a combination of minor and dominant seventh. That would never work. That would sound pretty hellish. Unless you want to create that particular discord of, it would basically be a seventh with an augmented ninth, or a seventh with a flattened tenth. The major third and the minor third clashing together terribly there. No, the minor seventh chord is the think of it as the minor chord with the major chord, the fourth button down from your minor. So in the case of D, we add the F major. In the case of A minor, you add a C major. In the case of G minor seventh here, you add the B flat chord. Okay, so that's the Skyline of Skye. Really nice little waltz. I say ideal for the modern waltz, combined with the Dark Island. I'll probably do a little video where I do the two together at some point in the future. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.